Hello, Fabulous Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2016, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It's a big, exciting month for all of us, and for you in particular, with Jupiter in your sign, making some very positive connections all around. I think you're going to be one of those signs who absolutely is going to be one of the greatest beneficiaries of a lot of the luck energy that is set to take place as we move towards the later part of the year. So a few things are happening here, a few key things are happening here that I think are going to be important for you. So one of those things is the fact that late in the month we are going to have this supremely harmonious conversation playing out between Uranus and Saturn. But Jupiter in your sign is very much in the mix, supporting this supremely harmonious conversation. Now, this is absolutely a break from the past towards a much more promising future, and a promising future that is set to last. So some of you out there could experience this in the realm of love. Your love relationships could really go through a change right now, could really go through an awakening of sorts right now. If you are somebody in an established bond, if you know this is not really the right bond for you or something is a little bit off, look, this kind of sky will not allow anything to be hidden. It will be very obvious, whatever it is that's going on, but also whatever it is that you feel as well. But remember, it looks like this is setting you up for some very fortunate occurrences to take place. So you can have faith in that. You can believe in that and just let whatever needs to come out come forward. It is the truth, and it's going to lend itself to some really positive changes in your life. But also, if you are open to meeting someone new as well, this is a time when just a chance meeting, it could be so random. You're walking around your neighborhood type of thing, maybe even online, but some sort of a chance really exchange ends up being very meaningful to you, really helping to open up a sense of yourself, a sense of prosperity, a sense of possibility for you as well. So you absolutely can trust that. This is going to be one of the highlight time frames. And remember, sometimes what is the most fortunate thing is the thing that kind of doesn't seem to be working out. Sometimes trusting that what's not working out is not meant to work can end up being the more fortunate things. Sometimes if it really is that you're in the right relationship, then this absolutely could be a time when you feel yourself propelled forward in this bond and deepening that commitment. In fact, some of you may actually find like marriage proposals and eloping, things like that can happen under a sky like this. Now, elsewhere in the sky and elsewhere in the month, we've got a couple of really cool things, really interesting things happening this month. One is the fact that the full moon in Gemini in the early part of the month, this is fellow Earth sign Gemini at that, happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with opening up the world to you, knowing more of the world than you did before. And in particular, this has to do with things like long distance travel, citizenship, immigration. It has to do with legal matters, higher education. All of this is highlighted under a sky like this. And when you've got a full moon like this, that is speaking right to the heart of you, that is speaking right to that Jupiter in your sign, it does suggest this sense of the world opening up to you now, this sense of adventure that you're taking on now and feeling like really the world is your oyster. There is Saturn standing across this full moon, so you do want to be a little mindful of that because it does suggest some mixed feelings or some rules that you need to be mindful of, okay? And so I would just be a little bit aware of that. If you have, any kind of legal matter or something that you're thinking about either initiating or resolving, just know with Saturn there, whatever comes forward, whatever advice you get, it's going to be measured. There'll probably be a measure of fairness in there as well. It's not like, as much as there's positive energy, there's not necessarily because of Saturn windfall energy. So keep that in mind. Also with matters of higher education, if there's any kind of application you're trying to put in, especially if you're reapplying or you're appealing some sort of a decision, just know that there are going to be some tough questions. Now, if you feel that you are in the right, then you will have that justice on your side thanks to Jupiter. But just know that, there might be some tough questions there might be some self-reflection that will need to take place in order for you to really understand sort of the basis and the ground on which you stand as you move forward in an academic matter, in a citizenship, immigration matter, even in terms of long distance travel. Now, if you get a chance to travel, absolutely take it. It will really open up your eyes and your world. It'll challenge some of the more traditional beliefs you maybe didn't realize were there, and it ultimately frees you and allows even greater blessings in. As we get to the very end of the month, there is also going to be a new moon taking place. Now, this new moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with home and home base. Now, there's a very empowering quality to this new moon, but we also do have Mercury retrograde happening over the course of this new moon as well. So these are things to be a little bit mindful of. As I look at this particular new moon, it could be a desire now to buy, sell, move. It could come up very quickly. There could be a lot of like a sense of urgency even for some of you out there associated with this desire to make a change, to make a move. And yet it is a positive beginning. And yet it holds a whole lot of potential. So even with the urgency, I would say if it is, I mean, it's almost like if you can incorporate elements of competition, if you get another chance at making a bid or going for a certain place that you wanted to live, in some cases, maybe interviewing with the condo board, putting in another application, if any of that is possible for you, I think that you've got lots of cosmic support on your side to sort of take the reins and run with it. Remember, there is that sense of wanting to have power in where it is that you live and your living environment. It also could be with this energy that you get to spend time with your family of origin, parents in particular, and a sense of in some way becoming aware of where you are, where you stand, and what you truly desire to do as a result of some of those interactions. Now, what I love about this month for you is that sense of really the greatest blessings and the real sense of expansion, knowing that it is with you and knowing that it is part of you. Lead with heart this month in pretty much all that you do, because there's a real potential here now of just knowing more, of being more, of experiencing more than you did before. Some of it is going to require a little bit of guts, a little bit of bravery, but ultimately there is some truth that you connect to now that ends up being a guiding star towards better of anything, not only this month, but in the coming year to come.